Всім привіт! Welcome to my YouTube channel VERBA Language School. I'm Nika Minchenko and today we will talk with you about pronunciation of the Ukrainian sounds G, K, H, H. Because these sounds usually are confusing for the Ukrainian language learners. But before we begin, my helper, this awesome character, the virtual teacher of VERBA Language School, Соломія, is asking you поставити вподобайку цьому відео. So she's asking you to give a thumb up or like to this video. The word вподобайка is a new word in the Ukrainian language. You barely will meet it in the dictionaries yet, but many bloggers, YouTubers use it to communicate with the auditory. So this is a good word to learn. And don't forget to put it, поставити вподобайку. And we go on. So here you can see the picture, actually two pictures, with the position of the tongue in our mouth when we pronounce these Ukrainian sounds. K, G, H, H. Let's take a look at the first one. When we say sounds K and G, let's imagine that this is a palate, soft palate of our mouth, and this is a tongue. The tongue, the back of the tongue, goes up to the soft palate and makes a closure. So if you try to say sound K, 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 you will feel that the back of your tongue touches the soft palate. K, K, K. The same for the sound G, G, G. For the sounds H and H, we have quite similar position of the tongue, but the back of the tongue goes a little bit down, and this way we receive like a wide slit between the soft palate and the tongue, and the air goes through it, and this way we say those sounds. But now let's work with every sound separately. So the first sound K, it reminds sound K in the English word sky. K, K. The back of tongue touches the soft palate. K, K, K. Let's read the syllables. Ka, ko, ku, ke, ki. Ka, ko, ku, ke, ki. You can see that the form of my lips and teeth changes according to the vowels that go after sound K. Ka, ko, ku, ke, ki. Yeah, so the position of the mouth changes according to the vowel, while the position of tongue depends on the consonant. So repeat this movement. K, ka, ko, ku, ke, ki. And now let's read the words with it. Кава, кафе, качка, код, колір, копія, курс, кухня, кулінар, океан, букет, кермо, уроки, Китай, килим. Basically, this sound shouldn't cause any difficulties. The next sound, G. Please pay attention how we write the letter for this sound. It has the small dash on the top of it. G. This sound reminds the sound in the English word get. G, G, G. Again, the back of our tongue touches the soft palate. G, G, G makes a closure here. G. So let's read the syllables and then the words. Ga, go, gu, ge, ga, go, gu, ge. Now the words. Гатунок, гатунок, гудзик, гудзик, ґрунт, ґрунт, гвалт, гвалт, and дзига, дзига. You will meet not many words with letter G and sound G in the Ukrainian language, partly because the letter G was forbidden in the Soviet times and was returned to the alphabet only in 1989. So now we have not so many words with this sound, and basically most part of them you can just memorize. But still you need to know how to say this sound, G. And we move on to the next sound, H. We already said that when we say sounds H and H, the back of our tongue goes a little bit down from the soft palate and makes this slit between them. So the voice could go here from your lungs out of your mouth through this slit. Basically, Ukrainian H reminds English sound H in the word hook, for example. The difference between English sound H and Ukrainian H is that Ukrainian one is more voiced. So we're like add more air when we say this sound in Ukrainian. So if in English we say hotel, when H is almost not heard, in Ukrainian we will say it like harder, more voiced. We will add more air through our voice connections. So ha, ho, hu, he, hi, ha, ho, hu, he, hi. Now the words хаос, хата, птаха, вухо, ходити, хотіти, художник, хустка, археологія, Мюнхен, тихий, хитрий, успіхи. So once again, Ukrainian H is more voiced than the English sound H. So we need to add more air to it when we say it. And now, the Ukrainian sound H, which is a third fricative sound and is quite unique because not many languages have this sound. For example, it exists in Belarusian, in Czech and Slovak languages. But for the speakers of many other languages, it can be quite difficult to pronounce this sound. But we will try to manage to say it. As we already said, the position of the tongue is quite similar to the position of the tongue when we say sound H. We also have this slit between a soft palate and the back of our tongue. But the sound itself is something in between sound H and sound G. H. So basically it sounds G said with this slit. It can be difficult to find this position in your mouth. That is why we will try now one exercise. You will need a pen, a pencil, or maybe a toothbrush. Anything clean that you will put in your mouth. What we need to do? We will now try to say syllable ga, ga, with sound g, the previous one that we already learned. But we will try to make physical push to the back of our tongue to make this slit between the soft palate and the back of our tongue. Just like this. Ga, 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 ha, 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 ha. Then you like put it out and try to repeat, to imitate the same sound, but already without the help of this pen or pencil or whatever you have. So, once again, ga, 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 ha, 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 ha. Let's try it a couple of times. I know that this exercise can be really unpleasant sometimes, but in order to manage this sound, you need to try it. The same you can do with other syllables. Ha, ho, hu, he, hi. So once again, you can do all of them with using this pen or pencil. And then already try to repeat it without any help. So just try to imitate the same sounds. Ha, ho, hu, he, hi. Ha, ho, hu, he, hi. And now let's try to read the words. Йога, гарний, газета, гора, голос, довго, гуляти, гумор, гурт, герой, географія, геній, Єгипет, дорогий, подруги. I hope you have managed to say sound in Ukrainian, but if no, it's okay. It's quite difficult to say the new sound and you need some time to practice. Maybe 5 times, maybe 10 times. Somebody will need even more, but just try to make this exercise that I recommended to you and try to practice regularly, and I'm pretty sure you will manage one day to say sound in Ukrainian. Also, I wanted to show you this example. 2 words with quite similar letters but different sounds and different meaning. Грати, грати, and грати, 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 грати. Different meanings. The first one, infinitive to play. The second one is lattice, or, bars. When we say to put behind the bars somebody, this is грати. Like in the sentences. Діти грають у парку, грають, playing, and вор сів за грати. Вор сів за грати. So, behind the bars. So, sounds can be really very important and their correct pronunciation is very important. So, once again, for sound k and g, we make a closure here in our mouth. For sounds h and h, we make a slit and push our voice through the slit. Sound h is more voiced than English one, and sound h is something in between of the sounds g and h. And to say it, we can use that exercise that I showed you with the pen. I hope you will manage to do it. You can use these slides for practice. All the slides are available to my patrons on my Patreon account. The link is in video description. So if you want to support my channel and to receive access to the slides from my lesson, you're welcome to subscribe to my Patreon account. And Solomia, my helper, my virtual teacher, is asking you again, поставити вподобайку, to put a like to this video. Maybe you will even share it somewhere in your social media with your friends who are also learning the Ukrainian language or who struggle with one of those sounds. Thank you very much for watching. Дуже дякую. Дуже приємно, що ви зі мною. I'm very pleased that you're with me. Have a great day, гарного дня, and see you soon. До зустрічі!